What's going on, guys? It's Garrett Henderson. How are you? I wanted to go over some meters, and I kind of jumped ahead of you and made a video already, and I just want to give you a quick update on the Tesmen meters and what they offer and which ones I recommend. Now, we have a bunch of meters. There are Category 2 and Category 3 volt meters. Category 2 are for residential. Category 3 are rated for industrial. Category 3 meter technically can handle a 3,000 amp quick micro amp at 3,000 volts, could handle a quick inrush, supposedly. Well, you should never be working with that type of voltage anyway. It would never happen. Now, it could be inside of back when we were younger, inside of a cathode ray TV, the high voltage, some ballasts and drivers could get higher voltage, through like a transformer like this guy, something like that. But it's very difficult for me to recommend you this. There's a big difference between a meter like this and a meter like that. People ask me, oh, but look at that magnet on that Fluke. People ask me, oh, Fluke or Tesmen? Look, it's always going to be Fluke, always, because Fluke is just I'm a professional. So professionals will use Fluke. Now, does that mean that I wouldn't love to have a meter like this just hanging around in my garage to test my stuff around my house? Does this mean I wouldn't want this in my RV or in my motorcycle or in wherever I'm at? Absolutely, I would love to have this. So this is a great product to buy. This one would be my pick. I'm going to tell you why. So if you noticed up here, I did kind of say no. That's the one they really wanted me to push, this guy here. We're going to turn this one on. All right, we're going to turn this one on. And I'm going to show you some things I like and I don't like about it. Now, I like this. I like it has a stand, so you can stand it. I like that. I like all the features. I like that it has hertz in it. It has a PN junction or a diode tester. Has capacitance tester. I like that. Has non-contact tester. Let's see if we can select that. Okay, it's on amps. It's not in automatic. Let's see if I press and hold this, if it changes to automatic. Now, let's shut it off and see. So this is why I don't like this meter. It's too many things going on. Look, function. I mean, I know it's on hold. Hold is not to hold it here. Hold is to hold your reading. I don't like this meter. Okay, I'm going to say no to this meter. Now, I realize that it's very intuitive. These all light up to tell you if you're in the right spot. But, as a young person, I don't like that. Now, you can see how it reset itself. So what should happen if I put these two leads together, guys? Should it read OL, open loop, or should it read next to 0? Let's see what happens. Okay, so it gave me a 0 and it jumped right to continuity. Okay, it's like I'm testing a wire. But there's a delay there. I don't like that delay. And then look at this reading. Okay? I want it to be just telling me what it is. Now, let's give it a shot though. Let's select the function. Let's give it a chance. If we select the function, yeah, see, this doesn't cut it for me. All right? Sorry, Tesmen, this is your most expensive meter. This is $40. I don't like it, only because I think this could confuse a younger person. And you really need to know how to use a voltmeter to use this properly. Don't think you can buy these products and know what you're doing with them because they're just beeping in front of you and reading. You really have to know what you're doing. So like a meter like this, let's test this guy out. Is there a power button? How do we even turn this one on? Okay, that's the power button, or that's the light. Function button. Oh, stupid, silly me. Look, here's how it turns on. This is your traditional, guys, voltmeter. This I like, okay? I like this because it has hertz, so you can use this to test. This might be my favorite then. This might be my favorite. Let's go to resistance. It has a In the back also has a part that can stand up. Why is it beeping so much? I don't like that it beeps so much. Does it have a backlight? I don't. Oh, here's a backlight. Backlight. Guys, backlight is a must. A must. You know, Fluke only had a few meters that had a black backlight. Maybe now most of them do, but like my 87, I need a backlight. Okay, so again, guys, we're open loop right now because we have an open loop. But if I put it together, now you see that? And you really need to know what you're doing. So that means I'm in the wrong location. I have to change it because I'm in, here's input. Let's see if it's the, maybe this is for current. When you want to select current, which you rarely do anymore, you would use a voltmeter like this. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, I like that. I like that. See how it gives you that instantaneous reading? That I like. Let's see, we can test temperature here. Phase, that's cool. I like that. Phase A, phase B, phase C. That's neat. I like that. So you can see rotation. So we have microamps and hertz. What happened to my light? Okay, it went off. Okay, DC microamps, AC microamps, and hertz. So maybe if I hit function, that's AC, and that's hertz. You know what, guys? I'm liking this meter. I'm liking this meter. This will force you to know what you're doing. You have to literally select it. This, guys, is now becoming one of my favorites. So let's see the non-contact part, right? I'm assuming this is the point that you would use. Let's put it over here off the side. I have 110 volt right here. I like this meter. I like this meter. I like this meter. I didn't give it enough time. I like this meter. I like how I can wrap my leads around it. I really like this meter. Thank you. Thank you. I was afraid that I couldn't recommend any of these Tesmens. I like this meter. Again, you can see it's not that pliable here. It's very plasticky, but these should lock in like that. You can just throw that around. Now, it does come with a nice little case. Keep it in a case. But this is a perfect little meter, bench meter, that you'd have in your garage. You keep your Fluke in your tool bag, or you keep your Fluke in your van, and you can have this. I like this one. This one is the Tesmen. Again, to turn it on is the old school way. I love that. It's the 569A. The 569A, this is only $20, so this has gotten a big yes. Yeah, this one right here, yes. 4,000 count, that means how many counts internally it's doing its measurement, right? So it's basically 4,000 times a second is it actually making a count. You see that? 4,000. Now this one here, the newer one, is 6,000, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Do not get this one. Get this one. So I'm going to put this one upside down so you know which one I like. Now, this one, you don't get this one either. Don't get this one. This will confuse a younger person. Again, it's got one of these fancy, let's just scroll around. Let's see if we can put the light on. And that's very confusing. So watch what happens. So now if I want to do that same continuity test, or ohm resistance test, watch what happens when I put these two together. Okay, that's not bad. That's staying pretty solid now. Okay, that's not bad. But again, not knowing what you're doing, here's a non-contact tester. Let's push and hold here. Non-contact tester. Nice, it's pretty accurate. This one's okay. It's okay. This is a class 2, I believe. Category 2, I mean. Yep, this is category 2. This is rated for residential. But you know what? This type of meter, here's a flashlight in the back. I'm not a big fan of this meter. If you're going to spend, what is this? The 510. The 510 is $23. There's no way you wouldn't up it and just get the better one, to get this one. So I'm going to say no to this one. I don't like the scrolling around ones. It's confusing. So grandmas, grandpas, if you're buying this for your grandkids, you're buying it for your student in high school or in middle school because he's playing with batteries and he's working with circuitry, this can confuse him. Okay? This can't confuse him because he needs to literally select what he's doing. You'll learn more too with this. Having this voltmeter will force you to put it in the right location and get an accurate reading. So let's check on the next one here. Let's go to this guy. I'm feeling this is going to be the same thing. Now, what's surprising me on this one is this one's Cat 3 rated. Cat 3 rated with 300 volt and 600 volt. The leads are already attached. I like that. So the leads won't come out. I like how small it is. Let's see if we can put the backlight on. No backlight? Okay, there's the backlight. Backlights are a must. Okay, so I'm in the non-contact portion. Let's test that real quick. Okay, now the screen did blink red and black. I like that. It didn't give me too high of a reading. I mean, like a rapid pulse, but this did blink red to let a young person know that it is energized. Let's see what happens with, let's go back into, if I press and hold, what happens? How do we get back? See, that's why I don't care for these meters. Okay, just for that reason, I don't like this. Don't get this. Don't get this. You can see how the functionality of it. This is the Tesmen 1. Now, I guess I shut it off and turn it back on. I guess you could do that, but that's a pain. How do I even just get the light on? There's the light, non-contact, live. Phase, that's cool. I like the phase. Auto sweeping again. So if we just put the leads together, it should just go right to continuity. Now, another tip for you guys, whenever you're measuring resistance, you never want to have your fingers touching if you're measuring a piece of wire. You can have one. You can grab the wire with one side on a de-energized circuit, and then the other side you touch, but you don't want you put your body in between and give you a false reading. Look at the reading of my body there, right? That's the resistance of my body. Okay? So always just, if you have to hold a wire, use one hand and the other hand you touch. So this is a no. I'm sure it's a great little product, and if you're an experienced guy and you want a small bench meter, this is a TSM 192. This is $18. I'm going to say no. No to this one. Again, for the little bit more money, get this one. You're going to teach your younger person how to... I really like this one. Now, I do like this one too. Now, this one is the clamp-on meter. This one I'm already going to put yes. And then, as you guys know, my ultimate favorite that I like from Tesmen is here, the non-contact. Yes. So this is the non-contact. This is $15.99. Let's show you this real quick. Now, I know you guys have seen the video I made. I got like 1 million hits on it. And it shows the wires coming closer. And I've got the Fluke, I've got the Klein, and I have another brand. And people would say, oh, it's too sensitive. That's too sensitive. Guys, that's because it was on the actual minimum sensitivity. You see it's 12 volts to 1,000 volts. If I press this, it jumps up to 70 volts and 1,000 volts, okay? Okay, so 12 volts is what that test was on. That's why it went off so fast. And then 70 volts for you more experienced. So I think if you have a young person in your life or your husband, you make sure he leaves home every day with this. Okay? Every day you leave home. And what's cool is it doesn't have pen light batteries. It doesn't have those button batteries. It's got nice... Now, this has been in our family for a while. I've recommended these for a while. We all have these. I won't make fun of you if you come into work with this. Flashlight, and there's a flashlight, which can come in handy because when you're testing something, let's say I'm in an electric panel and it's kind of dark, the power's out, the light's out. I actually have a light to actually touch and see if the power's on. Okay, and that was on 110, and that was at the 70 volt. Let's try it at the 12 volt. You can hear the higher pitch, how it's exceeding. This is just the magic markers on my fingers, sorry. This I love. This is a definite must. So far it's these guys. Let's turn that off so I don't kill the battery. I guess you press and hold to turn that flashlight off. This will turn off by itself, but these two I'm going to use, so I don't want to kill the battery. Now, I also like this one. But the reason I like this one is just the clamp-on effect for an amp probe. If you were to measure amps on this, which you certainly can, you have to break the circuit, as you guys know. So if you wanted to measure, say, the current that's running through this little driver here, okay? And this is a driver, so this is a 120 volt in, and it has, what's the output here? Short circuit, dimmable, I can't even see the output. Input 120, output 11, okay, so this is 11.5 volts output, so 12 volt output. So we have DC out and we have AC in. So if we wanted to see what the current was, I would literally have to cut this wire, okay, right here, attach one of the leads here and one of the leads here and let the current run through the meter. Let's give you a little bit better of an example of that. So if we turned our meter on and we went to amps, okay, we can go milliamps or we can be safe and go to regular amps. Now let's turn the light on. I like to have the backlight on so I can see it. Now, again, if for me to read amps on this, I'd have to cut this wire, strip it here, and then hold one wire here and then one wire here. Now, of course, if I did that, I would use alligator leads or I would use a wire nut to attach it together, right? I wouldn't want to put, right, my hands on a live circuit. So the current would literally run through one leg, read it through here, amperage, and come back out. We very rarely do that anymore. In fact, I never do that anymore. But you learn that in trade school, and that's what's good about this meter. This is why I like this meter. So this is a definite yes. Now, this guy here, if we want to measure amperage, all we're doing is, now it's in order auto, which I don't like. This is confusing to a younger person. You have no idea what it is, what it's on. So, but really what you would do is just clamp it around a wire that has current on it. So let's see if we can take it out of auto, which we can. And now we can go to function. Okay, so now we can go from amps to volts. And I guess we could select AC and DC. Okay. We could also check in minimum and maximum, which is nice when you test a motor, the minimum and maximum. We could probably also select inrush. Zeroed out. Okay, it says inrush there. So we have to probably put it on ohms for our amps for that. All right, so let's continue function. So here we have our ohms and we have our continuity. So let's see how fast this guy reacts to continuity. I like that. I like that. See that? That gives you an instant where these guys have to cycle through, find that what you're trying to look for and give you kind of a, I like that. That's nice. Let's go to, let's see what else we have. We have a diode tester. This is a PN junction tester, and current will pass through one way and then be blocked another way. This device is what a diode is, what is used to convert AC to DC. So you could put your leads across and make sure that if it's good and you're in the right direction, I don't know what it would show. I don't know. I guess it would run current. So it's actually pushing a current out here. It's taking the voltage from the bat. It's pushing a current out, and it's trying to read it through on this side. That's why I get a reading when I put it together, okay? So if you put it on the correct polarity, you'll see the current run through, and it will read. I don't know what it will read because I don't have a diode in front of me. But I like that. Now, if you reverse the leads, it should be 0. It should be open loop because it's not, current will not flow back. So again, we have millivolt when you're doing very, very low voltage. Let's see if it does AC too. It does. So AC, DC, see millivolt, 1,000th of a volt. This is a great feature, hertz. So now we could use this again with our, well, of course, not in this meter because this is the new digital meter. This guy here is, this is not even out to the public yet. This is an amazing device where you don't need to even check. You won't even need another meter. You can do manual CP control pilot. I don't know how we enter it. I haven't played with this yet. Let's see if we just hit that. Is that enter? Function. Okay. This, we're going to be doing a full blowout on this. This is amazing, this meter. Now, I have the original meter, which is the FEV 100. I actually did a little something on that. And the FEV 100 is the predecessor of the 150. The 150 is not out yet. I'm sure it's out, but you can't buy it on Amazon. This you can buy on Amazon. It's $1,000. And I can show you that and install EV charging. Now, let's take a look at this real quick. And you can see up here, this part is where we would test the control pile output. So really what we would have is, we'd have to get a different, we would need a different, you can, it's nice to have banana leads, but you can put it in here like that. You can put it in like this, and you would select hertz, which it is, and then you can test and make sure that it's 1 kilohertz, okay? It's 1,000 hertz a second. Every charger, EV charger, must have 1,000 hertz coming out. The car will determine the duty cycle, and but again, they communicate, and that's how your charger knows how much current to send out. So this is $1,000. It's on Amazon. You can get it from Amazon. Now, we are Fluke ambassadors, so Fluke should be offering some sort of a discount, but that's not what this video is about. But again, to use this in its full functionality, you need a meter that will have the ability to test frequency, and this one does. So let's put this back over here. Let's shut this one off so we don't lose power. Again, this is what will separate this type of tools, these type of tools, these Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Okay, these are my wife's new pair. These are transition. And these are my pair, I believe, because the mistake I made was not getting clear lenses. These are mine. These are fantastic. We communicate as a family together with this. When my sons are out in the field, if they have an issue, they can call me on WhatsApp. They just could put these on and say, hey, Meta, call Dad on WhatsApp. And boom, there I am. And then he can double click this, and this becomes his camera. And I can see his hands and his eyes. So between these specialty tools, now this doesn't qualify, that doesn't qualify. This qualifies. I like this, and I like this. So again, the main feature I like about this would be let's continue with the function. Okay, that's a capacitance test. So if your air conditioning isn't starting properly next season, you can go out there and test it before you buy it, before you hire someone, if you're qualified to do so. So you could just go right across the leads of a capacitor, And what will happen is there's actual current that comes out of here. It'll charge your capacitor up and read what the capacitance is. The capacitor is like a battery, believe it or not. It actually stores power on the positive side of the sine wave and then will discharge on the negative to help keep a nice even flow. And that's what you determine if it's good or not with a meter like this. I like that. What else we got? We have temperature. So I wonder if the temperature would work with just my hands. Okay, now I'm on Celsius. It says 73. There's Fahrenheit. Let's see what happens when I just squeeze these leads. Okay, nothing. Okay, so that means we probably have to take these leads out and put in the included thermocouple leads. Now, I always like to have the black in the common and then the red in the other one. So now we have the thermocouple attached, and you can see the difference right away. It's giving me, so inside where I'm at right now, let's see what the ambient temperature is. Let me just let it float without my body even touching it. Okay, so it's saying it's 76 degrees inside here. I don't think it's that warm, but when I touch it, if I put my fingers on it here, you can see now what's the human temperature. We are what, 98 point something, right? Now, this is either a J or a K type thermocouple. Let me put my finger right on the end. Okay, and that could be my temperature. I have the door open. So I'm 36 degrees Celsius and 96 degrees Fahrenheit. You see that little tip right there? My coffee's cold and it's hot. Coffee's cold. Watch this, my cold coffee. Don't you hate cold coffee? Some people love cold coffee. I'm not a big fan of cold coffee. Well, it's certainly colder than that. I can't, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. So basically what happens, guys, in here, there's two dissimilar metals. Okay? There's two dissimilar metals inside of here. And the wiring, this is a very low resistance wire. And it's also a very high temperature wire. You can see that this is designed so that if it comes in contact with an exhaust pipe or a soldering iron, that it doesn't melt it. That's why it has this type of jacket. But inside here are two different metals. And that's what's amazing about technology and the men that came in front of us and created and found these out. So basically, temperature between the two dissimilar metals changes the resistance and gives the reading. Isn't that cool? So there's a K type and a J type. I believe that's a more different temperature and different type of metals. And I really like that. So let's try the non-contact on it, and then we'll end it, okay? Because I really found 3 meters that I would buy, the only 3 meters I would buy. Let's try the non-contact. Let's see if we can just press function again. Yeah, non-contact. Let's go over to... Okay, so it seems like the whole jaws work. The whole jaws acts as a non-contact. Looks like it does. I was able to pick up voltage anywhere in here. They're wrapping it around. And I just use a regular, because I got some recording, just some regular 110 lights. And I really, really enjoy this. Now, this I'm giving away to ITS Electrical. ITS Electrical was our #1 member of the EVChargerFast.com network, the new network that's out for licensed electricians in the United States. Canada's coming soon. And he was the first actual proper member where he followed all the instructions, signed up, went to the website, and his name is ITS Electrical. Let's give him a shout out. Let me get my little book here of members. So he's number one, okay? ITS Electrical, he's out of Gaithersburg, Maryland. And he has 5 zip codes: 20874, 20878, 20814, 20854, and 20850. What that means, guys, is that he paid $30. He's paying $30 a month for each one of these zip codes. Anytime a lead comes into evchargerfast.com in the United States, where that lead comes from, if it comes from any of his zip codes, he gets that lead. All right? No one else does. So we also have number 2. He's in Jacksonville, Florida. This is number 1, Sparky. He's got these zip codes. All right? And then we go on and we have 70. I think we have over 200 zip codes already taken, and I believe we're up to 79 right now. That was on September 2nd. So from mid-August to September 2nd, we've gotten 79 licensed electrical contractors. And look at some of the zip codes they've taken. This guy's got all Redmond, Washington. Some of them have 3 zip codes. He has 10 zip codes. Now, it costs more now to do it. These are our founding members, all right? So the founding members all got, their pick. Now, if you wanted to get, say, his zip code, you'd have to make him an offer. You could communicate with him and say, hey, ITS, I want 20850. Well, he can come back to you and say, well, I know I only paid 30, but that's getting 50 leads a week, so I want $10,000 for it. Now, where we profit is we take 25% commission. That's all coming, all the terms and conditions, all the lawyers are involved. If you guys are watching this and you're waiting for this to be released, it's because I'm just told it's not ready yet. It's too important, and we are working diligently on it, and it's above Chris's pay grade. We are working with experts in the search engine and website development, and we are days away from the launch. Days away, okay? So please be patient with that. I know you've paid your subscription, but it'll be worth it than just to send things out. So let's conclude, guys, and say that this is a yes, this is a yes, and this is a yes. I really enjoy these 3. Now, let's go real quick over it. The Tesmen non-contact tester, you can buy it right now for $15.99. I believe the Fluke equivalent is $39 to $59, so you certainly could save money. And Fluke doesn't have the sensitivity adjustment, and it doesn't have a flashlight. And I believe Fluke uses button batteries, I'm not mistaken, I think they use button batteries, not AAA batteries. This would be my number 1 overall pick because you carry this with you every day. My number 2 pick would be this guy right here, only because of the clamp-on availability and how stable it is. It's very stable. Now, maybe the one that I didn't like, this guy is as stable, but I just don't like this one. I'm not a fan. This is the most expensive one, and it's just not as stable as this one. So I'm going to give this one away. So if you've watched this video this far, if you mention the word 6,000 counts, you type in 6,000 counts in the comment section, I will pick one of you guys and I will give this to you, okay? It's going to be this exact one. It's already opened up. That's what it is. It's got the batteries already in it, the leads. It will have a little case. I will mail this to you. You don't need to be a member or anything. But again, 6,000 counts, and this is yours. Now, I have to do another must tell you not to buy. You know what? On the next video, I'll give this one away, and on the next video, I'll give... You know what? No, let's do this. If you guys have stayed this long, I'm going to give away all 3 of these because I don't want them. If you guys have stayed this long, you type in the word 6,000 counts. 6,000 counts. I'm going to give these 3 meters away, but these are the ones you're going to get, okay? You're going to get these ones. Now, You can do what you want. You can give them away as a gift, but I just don't want these. Okay. They think they're okay, but I just don't trust these three. Now, this one I'm keeping. I'm not giving this away. This one I'm keeping. I'm not giving this away. And this one I've already given away to ITS. And I really wish I told you not to. I wouldn't give you this away. I should have been smart and been like, you're going to get this one. But nope, you're our number one pick, dude. So thank you for that. So text in 6,000 counts. I'll know that you've watched the video in full. And if you get a direct message from me to send you your address, I promise you, you won't be into this book. You won't be hassled by that. Believe me, we've got enough. You will, if you're a licensed electrician, you will end up in this book. You will end up in this book, especially with Fluke and all these products. So, all right, let's end it. Again, if you see the Tesmen one that looks like this, I see it over there. Do not buy it. It's awful. But this is the Klein one. Do not buy that one. Buy from Tesmen any one of these three right here. So let's move these off to the side. And let's promote and say, this guy definite, this guy definite, this guy definite. So, clamp meter, $27.19. Is that a joke or what? What does this button do? Oh, it's got a flashlight here. See the light in there? That's a joke, man. That's a joke. $27. You guys got to buy that right now. I mean, where else are you going to get that? Now, I do know that they make a cheap one on Amazon. It's like $39, but this is much better. And then yes to this one. This is the 569A True RMS Multimeter Category 3. I like this because this will teach you what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing to use this. And with electricity being so dangerous, why would you get a meter where you don't know what you're doing and it makes it easier? So stay away from those. And this is a fantastic. I love this. And remember that this has, I'm not giving this away, you have to buy this one. This one's $15.99. This one is, again, clamp on $27.99. And this one is $29.99. Guys, it's Garrett Henderson. Not a fan of Knipex either. I'm a fan of my Klein. I'm a fan of the Ray-Ban glasses. Get these. I'm a fan of the Fluke. Get these. I'm a fan of, there's the NAX adapter. Guys, join evchargerfast.com while you can, while the price is still reasonable, because the zip codes are treated like NFTs and they will go up in value based on your Google Analytics. But not for these founding members. These guys are locked in because they signed up before September 1st. But you still can be a new member with all the perks and benefits new members get. But it's $59 per zip code if they're not already taken. Now, if you do subscribe and the zip code is taken, we will instantly message you and say, pick another zip code or here's your money back. We don't want anybody's money. Do not subscribe if you're a helper or apprentice. You must be in business now. If you're in business now as a licensed electrical contractor in the U.S., you must get involved in this network. This network is going to push out the evchargerfast.com brand to the nation for people to get their EV chargers installed. That's really all it is. Now, by you being Google verified lets us know that you are qualified. We do those checks. So, again, join the network. You'll get my expertise behind you. You'll have a partner like Fluke. I will teach you how to do it at the least amount of cost and guarantee inspection. Now, I say that if you follow the rules, because we have failed about every type of EV charger. We have made every mistake. Learn from us. We've been doing this now for 2 years, evchargerfast.com. But I've been doing this for almost 35 years. It'll be 35 years in January. Oh my gosh. I'm that old. Good grief. It's funny, I used to always say 30 years and 33. Now I'm saying 35. Anyway, guys, it's Garrett Henderson. your electrician friend and mentor, saying, buy, 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 buy. And the other ones, don't buy, 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 buy. And the meta glasses you should buy. If you're the boss, let's say, buy just a basic pair of clear glasses. Buy a pair like this. Now, these are my sunglasses. Buy a pair like this, and you give them to your helper. You're sending someone to Home Depot. You say, call me when you get to Home Depot. The guy would, it has to be linked to his phone. But basically, once it is, he just says, hey, Meta, call the boss on WhatsApp. Boom. And then once you connect, you double tap this button, beep, beep. And now this becomes your camera. And now your boss can see you, as the boss who bought these for only $300, can see him, what he's doing. No, not that color. Get that color. No, I don't want Square DQ. I want Square D Homeline. Right? That's what you can do when someone goes to the supply house. If you send out a newer person that's qualified but is newer, you can be with him. You can speak to him in his ears. He can control the volume. The customer doesn't need to know that now you don't want to spy on anybody because these will light up. But once, if you have the customer in front of you, you want to mention that you have these, okay? You don't want to be recording their homes or their private stuff, right? But when you're troubleshooting, if you're inside a furnace, if you're up on top of a roof, if you're inside of an electric panel, let's say your boss is in Aruba because he's part of evchargerfast.com and he's so successful, he can just travel the world. Well, he could be at the beach with his sunglasses ones and communicate with you. He can say, hey, call my apprentice on WhatsApp. And then now you can be communicating and he can see you at the beach if you want to. Or you can just use it to communicate with him and then he can be working somewhere and you can communicate. So now we have 4 pairs in the family. These are my wife's pair. These change from light to dark. And these are my pair. And then my 2 boys each have a pair. Now I messed it up. What did I do? Let's see which is the newer one. Because I've had one for a while. I'm going to say this has got to be this one. It should be. Because these are all linked. This looks like newer. Yeah. And she's going to get mad. I got a little marker on that. Anyway, guys, it's Garrett Henderson. There's enough of me, right? And again, so if you're still here, 6,000 counts. And I'm giving away all the Tesmen stuff that I don't like, including the Tesmen strippers, which I hate. I hate. These aren't them, though. These aren't them. And you know what? Since you've been here this long, hold on one second. I'm going to show you which one that is. I'm going to walk over here to my Tesmen box. And I'm going to show you what I really did not like. I mean, really, really did not like. In fact, I hate is this. Do not buy this. Dan from Tech Life, I love you, brother. I know you've given these things for free to me. I believe we did a giveaway last night when I did the video of this. I was really hoping that this would be the same quality as this. And it's a far, I mean, listen to this. I mean, the plastic. I mean, look, I'm certain that the price is different, but this is unacceptable. Unacceptable. This is acceptable. Now, we rarely use these, right, guys? We use these. The pros use these, right? We're not using these, right? These are bulky. We use regular strippers. Now, but if you're doing like panel dressing, you're wiring PLCs, you're doing consistent stripping to go into small terminal blocks, right? On DIN rail, and you need a consistent way to strip, I would get these in a second. If I'm putting on those little crimps on the end to keep the stranded wires together, I would use this in a second. But this is too big for your bag. You don't need to bring this every day with you. This is a specialty tool. I love this, I hate this. So, but I believe these are already given away. I have to look at the comments section from yesterday's video. And I'm not a fan of this brand. Not much of a fan of this brand. These do not buy. I don't like these at all. These are awful. This is okay. This is okay. But you know what? Look at these. I mean, these already got rusted. This was just laying out in the garage. Look at the rust. These are brand new. I didn't like that. And I don't like that little nick right there. See that nick on this? That's from cutting BX cable. Now, I love the shear effect. I love the shear effect, but it's nowhere near as good as my other ones from Klein. That's just saying why I got my stuff here. So I'm going to say don't buy, don't buy. These are don't buys. This is buy, 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 and buy, buy. Don't buy. See you later, guys.